with an ace or a 2. You're fit as a fiddle, but watch out for those cards that are right in the middle on Cut Shark. And here's the host of Cut Shark, Jim Perry.
Thank you. I thank you very much, and welcome to Card Shark. Nice to have you here. You were very kind. Thank you for joining us at home. Terrific. You've made my day. And the opening poem, we want to thank Mrs. Stephen Callahan of Falls Church, Virginia, watching on WRC-TV Channel 4. Thank you, Mrs. Callahan. Now let's open up the board and get to those cards. Go ahead. Janice and Melinda will load in the cards, and we'll meet our card sharks. Vivian Hofstetter is our champion. Yay! Hello, Vivian. Nice to see you again. Won't you again tell any new viewers about you?
Yes, I am Vivian Hofstetter from Whittier, formerly of Texas. And you can't take the old gal out of Texas because she's still a Texan, whether you put her in Whittier or whether you put her in Kalamazoo.
Well, I think your accent is charming, though.
You do? You want to borrow it?
No.
You can borrow it. I'll give you a shovel full of it. Take it home.
You run along your lucky frog.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's what I feed on my garden. Put my little frog there and he eats all the bugs. So I brought him along. He says, if you're going, I'm going. So here he is.
Well, your lucky frog has done well for you. Vivian has won $1,950. Good champion. Our challenger is Dan McLuhan. Hi, Dan. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
And again, a reminder about you, sir.
Well, I'm a first-year law student. I've spent most of my life here in Southern California. I'm married, just celebrated my second wedding anniversary, and I enjoy a lot of outdoor sports and activities.
Now, we talked about your studying law on the last show, but we didn't talk about, you mentioned something about working in Washington. Did you work in the...
I worked in the judiciary while I was an undergraduate, but I worked in an area of the court that dealt with the administration of justice as opposed to the actual deciding of cases.
Oh.
It was in the administrative branch.
I was just curious to find out, did they actually do any work back there?
Well, a little bit. They squeeze it in between the tennis games, and but they're a little bit good.
Nice to have you back. You both cut the cards at the beginning of the match, yes? Let's pick up where we left off. And as we left off, playing the best 2 out of 3, Vivian, the champion, won game number 1, and she's been moving right along in game 2. She's moved over now with a 10 as her base card. She needs 2 cards. Dan has yet to uncover a card, and we pick up with question 2 to Vivian. Vivian, we asked 100 people over the age of 90. Has age brought wisdom? How many 90-year-olds said yes, age has brought wisdom?
Oh, yes, they've lived many years. They've lived Christian lives, and they've watched all this generation come up, and they are wonderful people, and they would never mislead you. I'd say 72.
72 out of 190-year-olds said, yeah, age has brought wisdom, Dan.
Well, I think wisdom is based on experience, and obviously the older you get, the more experience you have. So I think it'll be even a higher number that said that...
Even higher than that. If it's higher, you'll play your cards. If not, Vivian plays hers. And, of course, if you can hit the answer right on the head, a $500 bonus. The actual number of 90-year-olds who said age has brought wisdom is 88.
Yeah.
Dan is right. It is even higher. Well, that's nice. And Dan, you start off this game with a 10.
I'd like to change that, please.
You win the question. You can change it. Yes, a queen.
All right, that's good. Lower. I'd like to go lower.
Than a queen. Yes, an 8.
3.
And on the middle card, we move over the freeze bar and protect that position. Dan, we asked 100 single women. Be honest. Do you sometimes enjoy it when a man can't keep his hand... Oh, I can't wait to get to Vivian with this one.
Yoo-hoo!
Dan, 100 single women. Be honest. Do you sometimes enjoy it when a man can't keep his hands off you? How many women admitted they sometimes do enjoy it when a man can't keep his hands off them?
Well, I think that there's a large number of women who really like to be touched and felt. That's an important part of love, especially if you have good feelings toward the person who's doing the touching. So I don't think it's going to be an extremely high amount, because if it's not a welcome touching, they probably wouldn't be in favor of it. But I think it'll be a pretty high number. I think around 68.
68 out of 100. Now, Vivian.
All women love to be touched. If it's just shaking hands, or if it's just rubbing your back, or something, but they all love to be touched, because that gives your body a sensation, rose in your cheek and sparkles in your eyes.
Well, how many single women say they do enjoy it sometimes when a man can't keep a hand? Even higher than 60. Sure. You didn't even need me to repeat it again.
No, higher.
The actual number of women who do enjoy it when a man can't keep his hands off them is 73. It's higher. Vivian is right. Vivian, you've got a 10.
Let him have it.
No, well, it's not sudden death. You can't give it to him now. You got to
change
play
it. Change it. Boy, you got me all hot and bothered.
Change that 10. Playing cards gets...
Woo!
Okay, the 10 becomes an 8 up the middle. Not a good change. I'm sorry about that, Vivian.
Lower.
Lower, she says. Yes, a 4.
Higher.
It's the championship if it's higher. Yes, Vivian does it again. Right. Dan, we have to say goodbye.
Well, I've enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Good luck with the studies.
Thank
Here's
you.
some nice party gifts for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan. Dan McClune. And Vivian Hofstetter. Come on down here with me, love. Watch that step there. Vivian's going to get ready to go for the big money with the money cards. Whee! Right after this. We'll be right back.
Thank you, and welcome again to the Muppet Show.
It was the zaniest show on television.
Vivian cut those cards. She grabbed me and said, come on, let's get over there. So you don't even want to stand there and talk for a moment, huh?
Oh, yes, I love you.
Oh, I love you too. Gene Wood said we should make you the official Card Sharks grandma. That's what we
Oh,
should do.
wonderful. Oh, my, that's wonderful. Yeah,
You're
well,
a nice lady.
I love
You have a tremendous look at life. I really admire that.
I got that from my grandmother.
Well, good. What's the secret?
She was a saint.
That ain't too bad. If you're going to be anything, be that. Let's get over and play those money cards. Come on, Vivian. That's a little hard for most of us to be, however. The philosophy of life start off as a saint. We'll give you $200 and 3 cards on the bottom line to bet as you will.
I'll write a book on that one.
Okay. Move up to the second level. We'll give you another $200 and 3 more cards.
Good.
Minimum bet $50 till you get to the top card, the big bet, where you must risk at least half. All righty? Good luck.
Good luck.
Here's $200. And you can change that base card on each level if you need to, and we'll start her off. Thank you, Melinda, with a 6.
Change it, please.
Only change it once. You must play this.
Woo!
Jack's a little better.
200 lower.
How much?
200 lower.
The whole thing on a jack?
150.
I don't want to talk you in or out of anything. I just want to always make you aware of
That
the
was
odds.
second thought.
There are 4 aces, 4
150.
kings, 4 queens. How much?
150 lower.
$150 lower than a jack?
Oh!
Well, I'm glad I talked you out of a little bit because
Yeah.
you still have 50 and a queen. Lower, she says, with the $50? Yes.
Yeah.
Up to 100.
50 up.
Going against the odds. Seen a few big ones. All right. You got a feeling. Hope you're right. She is right. We saw another big one at the right time. We move up the jack and give you the other 200 now. Do you want that jack on this level?
Lower, yeah.
All right. You got 350.
200 lower.
200, you said?
Lower.
$200 lower than a jack. Yes,
Yay!
for 7. Now be careful with that near middle card. 550.
150 lower.
$150?
Lower.
$150, and she's going against the odds. Oh, Vivian, I hope you're right. Is it lower? No. Oh, I wish you had held back because you've now got a great card, the ace, and $400.
Higher.
Not higher, Vivian.
Lower.
Lower. Trying to double it for 800. Lower. No.
I don't lose it, though.
But remember that rule, you do not lose it when you're over here by yourself. It is still a great card.
Yeah.
We're going to move it up, Vivian. Come on.
All of it lower.
All right. This would double it to 800 with another 200 in the game. It'll be a nice round $1,000 for Vivian if this is lower. It is. I don't mind dropping it as long as you get the money. 800, 200 in the game. Some tough cards there for a while, Vivian, but you did wind up with $1,000 out of it. Come on down here. And that does get you up to the nice total of $2,850 in cash. Getting close to buying that car you wanted, right? We'll be back with Vivian and a new challenger right after this.
Literally.
Oh, yes? Women keeping younger men, too?
Honey,
Whoa, oh, you'll tell us later. All right. Canada's dealing out 2 brand new decks of cards. Here comes a new challenger on Card Sharks. Lorraine Mirabelle. Hello, Lorraine. Nice to meet you.
I look pretty high.
She's got, yes, she does have pretty
It's
eyes.
no violation.
Won't you tell us about yourself?
Hi, I'm Lorraine Miraval. I'm from Northeast Los Angeles. I've just received my master's in urban planning from UCLA.
Congratulations.
I've been married for 10 years. I've got a 4-year-old son, and I'm the manager and third base player for a women's softball team.
Oh, yeah. That's terrific. That's
that wonderful?
That's nice. Nice to have you here with us. Congratulations on getting the degree. Now you're going to go off and do what?
I want to go into community or human services for a city department.
Sounds good. Sounds good. You can do some good that way.
All speed and no control.
Oh. Nice to have you here, Lorraine. You got the cards?
Yes, I did.
Then here we go. Best 2 out of 3 starts with a question to Vivian, the champion. Vivian, we asked 100 married women. Think of the handsomest, sexiest, most romantic man you have ever known. And now tell us, was the man you thought of your husband? How many women said their husband is the handsomest, sexiest, most romantic man they've ever known?
That's true. That is absolutely true. When I met my husband, I saw those great big beautiful eyes, blue eyes, and that gorgeous skin. He's from Switzerland, don't you know? So he has that beautiful skin. And he looks much younger than I do, so I have to be very careful when we go out there and say, is that your mother? But he has just fringe, and I trim it all back, and I cut it, so it'll be all pretty, and be sure he has that nice tie on, because I want to be just as young as he is.
Well,
so I just put a little perfume on, I go zipping by, and they don't look at my ring.
Oh, well, how many married women said their husband is the handsomest, sexiest, most romantic man they've ever known?
Oh, I'd say 74.
74, she says, Lorraine. Higher or lower?
I've been married for 10 years, and he's a wonderful guy, but when you said that, he's not who I thought of. So I'm going to be much lower.
You said lower.
She wants to trade him off.
No, that doesn't mean she wants to trade him off. She just wasn't thinking of him. No. Who did you think of? That's right, Lorraine.
Oh, that's my secret.
Oh, I see. All right.
You want
the
a
actual
model.
Gene wanted to know that because he was hoping you were going to say him. The actual number of married women who said their husband is the handsomest, sexiest, most romantic man they've ever known is 25. Always in lower. Lorraine was right. And Lorraine starts the match with a 4.
Higher.
Higher than a 4. A 5. Higher. A little bit higher. An 8. Great run by the challenger who needs 1 card for the first game. Lorraine, we asked 100 housewives, when you're alone in another woman's kitchen, do you ever snoop through her refrigerator? How many housewives admitted they have snooped through another woman's refrigerator?
Oh, gosh. I think
Probably looking for the handsomest, most romantic man they've ever known.
That's about probably midway. I guess some would look. I think some would be looking because they're hungry, too. But they might be looking to see how well they cook and other things like that. But I think it's going to be about, not too high, about 45.
45. You ever done it?
Yeah.
Yeah? She says 45 out of 100 have snooped in another woman's refrigerator, Vivian.
Oh, yes, I had a guest from Texas, but she wasn't looking for food. She was looking for a little booze. And I said, somebody's been in my refrigerator. She said, it wasn't me, but I looked in the medicine cabinet and it wasn't there. Looked in the booze cabinet, that's where it was. She's been getting my booze.
What would you keep in the refrigerator?
I didn't. She thought it was.
Oh, I see.
I had it on the other side in the cabinet.
Oh.
But
You going to invite her back, Viv?
Oh, I said, well, if you want to drink it, honey, that's your tummy, and you have to cope with it. So
All
you
right.
just drink.
She says 45 out of 100 housewives admitted they have snooped through another woman's refrigerator. Higher or lower?
Little higher.
Little higher. The actual number of housewives who have snooped through another woman's refrigerator is 24, not higher, it's lower. And now, Lorraine wants to get rid of that 10, and it becomes a 3 for the first game of the match. Yes! Lorraine wins game 1. Good job by the challengers. So we will clear the board and set up for game 2. Same 2 decks of cards with the next cards off the top of the deck, and now the pressure on the champion. Vivian, we asked 100 marriage counselors. Generally speaking, are marriages more likely to break up during a recession? How many marriage counselors think marriages are more likely to break up during a recession?
Yes, I think they're absolutely right, because some people, when they have been used to living at a certain speed, they cannot come down. So I would say about 35.
35 out of 100 marriage counselors said marriages are more likely to break up during a recession.
It's a hard time. One of the major problems in marriages to begin with is money. And when recession comes, that becomes even a bigger issue. So that's going to be much higher.
Even higher than that?
Yeah.
Well, the actual number of marriage counselors who think marriages are more likely to break up during a recession is 48. It is much higher. Almost half. And Lorraine starts game 2 with an 9.
Change it.
Trying to improve it? Yes, with a queen. Lower than a queen. A 9. And Lorraine again gets control. She again has a 1-card advantage. Can she keep it up? We'll find out after this.
What?
Thank you, Gino. Game 1 going to the challenger, and she's ahead now in game 2, needing 3 cards for the championship. We pick up with a question to Lorraine. Lorraine, we asked 100 policemen. Tell the truth. When you get up on the wrong side of the bed in the morning, do you give out more tickets that day? How many policemen admitted they do give more tickets when they're in a bad mood?
That's going to be difficult because you're saying admit. I wonder who will admit it because I'm sure a lot of them have. Everybody has their bad days, and you always take it out on somebody else. But I'm wondering, a lot of them probably won't even admit it to themselves that they do that.
That's probably the key to the question. How much will they admit to themselves?
I don't think they will. Let's see. My sister's a sheriff, and she takes things. She gets kind of upset on certain days, too. So I think it's going to be, about 55, almost down the middle.
Does she lasso and things like that? No, not that kind of sheriff.
Not that kind of a sheriff.
Vivian, she said 55 out of 100 said, yeah, they give out more tickets when they have a bad day.
No, I don't think so because they're humans after all. And they know they have to do a job, and they have to let the conscience kind of guide them around. And I think it's going to be lower.
You say lower than that?
Yes, I do.
The actual number of policemen who do give more tickets when they're in a bad mood is 54. By one, it is lower. And Lorraine just missed a $500 bonus, but Vivian comes out on top with a 6.
Change it.
Changing the 6. Ooh, to an 8. Tough change.
Lower.
Lower than an 8. Yes,
Yeah.
a 4.
Higher.
Risking it higher. An 8. Lower than the 8. A 7. Now we move over to the freeze bar, and Vivian needs one card to tie things up. Vivian, a single woman, recently placed an ad in a Denver newspaper reading, this is true, wanted intelligent, healthy male for purpose of conceiving baby. So we asked 100 bachelors, if you saw an ad like that, would you be willing to help the girl out? How many bachelors would make the sacrifice and help the girl out?
Well, I think they would consider it quite a bit. But that is pretty interesting, and I would say around 60.
60 out of 100 bachelors would help the girl out.
No, bachelors nowadays, things are a little changing. I don't think if they really want a partner, they won't have that much trouble finding them, and I don't think they want to get involved with this. I think it's going to be a lot lower.
You say
than
lower?
That. Yeah.
I've heard of the help wanted ads, but that's 60 and lower. The actual number of bachelors who would answer the ad and help the girl out is 42. It is lower. Well, and Lorraine can now change that 9 to a jack. Lower than a jack. A 5.
Higher.
She's going to risk it higher, a 7. We have a tie. Both players with a 7. Both need one card. Sudden death. Someone has to win the game right here. Lorraine, we asked 100 third graders. Do you and your friends have secret code words so your mom and dad won't understand what you're talking about? How many third graders do have secret code words?
Yeah, I'm sure they do, because even when my son was real young, when he was about 3 years old, barely learned how to talk, they have their own language anyways. They start saying things, and they understand each other, and we don't. And by third grade, I'm sure they even increased that. I think it's about, 55.
55 out of 100 third graders said they have their own secret code words. Vivian, higher or lower?
I think they're pretty clever, and I think they're learning a lot on television, but I don't think they're quite that smart. I think it's lower.
Lower than that. This will decide control and sudden death on a toughie. The actual number of third graders who have code words so their mom and dad won't understand what they're talking about is 63. Not lower, it is higher. Lorraine, you have control and sudden death, and you are faced with a fascinating board.
I'll take it, and I'll change it.
You're going to play it yourself?
I'm going to play it and change it.
Then this is a very big change, because once I turn this over, you've got to play it. A king! The championship, is it lowered? No! And Vivian pulls it out as the king backfires, and Vivian ties up the match. We'll be right back right after this. Wow.
Hi there, I'm Todd Newton from Hollywood Showdown, the game show with the box office that actually pays you for a change. Hollywood Showdown is next, right here on Game Show Network.
This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.